Top 10 Moments in the Life of Mao Zedong. Written and narrated by EvanSMao. Mao Zedong remarried after divorcing his second wife. His new wife, Jiang Qing, was a popular movie actress and played an important role in the Cultural Revolution. She organized conferences and wrote plays about the glory of Mao and the glory of the Communist Party. Jiang would later be tried and executed for crimes against the public. Mao Zedong was elected to Time's top 100 leaders and influential people of the 20th century. He committed some horrible crimes, but also was a hero to the people. Some of the crimes he committed included the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution. The Cultural Revolution was considered a crime because of the deaths and tortures caused by the children. The people loved Mao anyway. Some of the great things he did included the Long March. The Long March was a 6,000-mile retreat from southern China to northern China. Mao was in school when he became a communist. He was fascinated by the goals and motives of the party and of Karl Marx, the creator of communism. So he joined the Chinese Communist Party. If he had not, he never would have been the chairman. This can be seen as a good thing or a bad thing. If he had not become the chairman, then the Great Leap Forward would not have happened, but the Cultural Revolution wouldn't have happened either. The ideals of communism interested him because they said that peasants should be the ruling and best class. The government should own everything, and it would be distributed evenly. Mao grew up as a peasant. The idea that said peasants were the best was appealing. He would be the best. Mao Zedong had stayed out of the public eye for 6 months and made his grand reappearance by swimming in the Yangtze River. The swim in the river showed that Mao was still strong and able. It was released for the citizens who thought that he had died. It was not a swim for sport, but a show of revolutionary spirit. It also included a huge stage performance that included swimmers with large red banners swimming in the water with him. The people not participating in the event were relieved to see him, and some even jumped into the water and swam with him. A book of Mao's thoughts and quotations was published to the public. It was like a Bible to the army, who idolized Mao equally or more than the rest of China. Students used it for morning benediction. The students would wave it above them, shouting, "Long live Chairman Mao! Long life! Long life!" It was memorized and quoted from. It was a lot like the Confucian Analects, the quotes and sayings of Confucius. The Analects were also memorized and quoted from. To get a job in the government, you had to take a test on them each week after memorizing 20,000 words from it, 10,000 of which were from homework. The great Chairman Mao finally died in 1976. His cohorts, the Gang of Four, which included his wife, were arrested and charged for crimes they had committed while Mao was still living. Deng Xiaoping, formerly arrested for being a Chinese Khrushchev, took over for Chairman Mao, filling the power vacuum left behind. In 1949, Mao Zedong defeated the nationalists, led by Chiang Kai-shek. He declared China to be named the People's Republic of China from the balcony overlooking Tiananmen Square. The victory made Mao the leader of all China. It also put him in the people's eyes as a hero, and he gained the love of the people. The love of the people would later influence the Cultural Revolution. The Great Leap Forward was a horrible event in the history of China. It was a memorable part of Mao Zedong's career as chairman of the People's Republic of China. It was an economic plan made to catch up to England and America in steel production. At the time, the Americans and English had been making steel for over 30 years. China planned to catch up in 10. The plan failed, and with the addition of 2 failed harvests, over 30 million died in the resulting famine. The Long March was a retreat across 6,000 miles of land. It was a movement from a southern Chinese base to a northern Chinese base. The nationalists overthrew the southern base and chased the communists to the northern base. Mao led the charge of 80,000 men to the base, while the better-equipped and better-fed nationalists picked off his men from behind. The Cultural Revolution was a government, or Mao-induced change in the entire communist nation. It said, in with the new, out with the old, not both. It encouraged Chinese people to destroy old signs and shops. It encouraged them to kill anyone who was one of the 5 black categories: landlords, rich farmers, anti-revolutionists, bad influencers, and rightists. It caused many deaths and lots of property damage. Many members of the black categories were publicly humiliated and tortured until they confessed the crimes they never did. Most times, the crimes implicated someone else of the black categories. The revolution finally stopped when Mao died in 1976.